Great. How about you?
Excellent. Beautiful day out here.
Isn't it pretty?
Absolutely.
After a major storm, tornado, and all that hot weather, now we get back to the nice part of summer.
Yes, thank goodness.
You got it. Well, congratulations. You've been appointed to the Illinois Judicial College's Committee on Judicial Education by the Illinois Supreme Court.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great honor. The recognition that it brings, to our local community, I think, is also great. It seems like a lot of these committees and a lot of the things at the Supreme Court and just throughout the judges throughout the state are focused more on Cook County area. And so it's nice when someone from a smaller town is able to achieve a goal of being on one of these committees.
You got it. Your appointment took place on July 1st. It's for a one-year term. Talk about what this means for you and what your responsibilities are.
Yeah, so obviously I'm just kind of learning what the responsibilities are as I just started here a couple days ago. But the biggest thing, in my opinion, is going to be providing and guiding what the educational experience will be for new judges as well as existing judges. I think that's really important in our times now, as judges come from a variety of backgrounds, and really getting them in the courtroom and focusing on what they need to be doing to be able to communicate with everybody that they see every day is a major goal.
Okay. You've been with the Ninth Judicial Circuit for several years now.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of crazy. This is my 6th year, so I'll be up for retention and on the ballot this fall, actually.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
It is wild. Remind people a little bit about you and how you got to be on the Ninth Judicial Circuit.
Yeah, thanks. So I went to law school, and when I graduated, I started as an assistant state's attorney right here in Warren County, and then was appointed first, and then elected shortly thereafter to be the state's attorney, which gave me a huge, vast experience and a lot of time in the courtroom, which I think helped naturally transition to being a judge with the Ninth Judicial.
Did you go to school with a particular field of interest in mind as a judge, like criminal, family law? What was your main expertise?
Sure. So I did not really focus a lot in law school, but I knew I always wanted to come back to Warren County, and my goal was to practice here one way or another, but I really did enjoy criminal law. And so when I was able to start as an assistant state's attorney, it really, my passion kind of hit my career.
Okay. Talk about that for a little bit, Judge Doyle, about the inspiration behind needing attorneys and how you want. I know Scott McClintock's come in and talked to me about it too. I know both of you really want to impact younger people and try to help guide them if they have an interest in the law.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, when you talk to somebody like David Reed Clark, he would tell you that when he came back to town, I don't remember the exact number, but there was like 38 attorneys in Monmouth at the time. And now, we're at less than 10, I would say. And so there's a huge need and desire for young people to be able to come back to small communities, and not only Warren County, but all rural communities throughout the state. And there's definitely money to be made there. There's a need for it. And I think that a lot of people now think that with Zoom and other technology, that the need for local attorneys will decrease, but that's simply not the case. There is a high demand for attorneys in our area, and if anybody has any type of desire to go to law school or to be an attorney in the future, I'd definitely encourage them to talk to somebody like Scott McClintock or myself or other local attorneys to kind of give them a better idea about that path moving forward.
Yes, and that path could include becoming a judge like yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of the funny part, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. But I think a lot of people previously, you think of someone becoming a judge 20, 30 years into their career, and Scott McClintock, myself, are just examples of if you work hard and you're invested in what you do, how quickly you can move up the ladder.
And that Ninth Judicial Circuit Court that we're talking about covers Hancock, Henderson, Fulton, Knox, McDonough, and Warren counties. It's a lot of territory in West Central Illinois.
Yeah, definitely. And so I haven't covered all of it yet, but I was in Fulton County for my first year in Lewiston, and then I've been placed in Knox County ever since. So.
Okay. And do we have openings on the Ninth Judicial Circuit?
So there's one opening right now that's a contested seat.
Okay.
And that's Carissa Bryant and Chad Long are both running for that. And that started with the retirement of Ray Kavanaugh when he retires here in December.
Okay, good to know. All right. You also serve on the Illinois Judges Association of the Board of Directors?
Yeah. So when I first became a judge, Dave Vansel was a judge and then became the chief judge. He was always heavily involved with the Illinois Judges Association and really encouraged me to get involved there as well. And it kind of ties into what we're talking about. It's a great program. First of all, I mean, it's a group of judges, obviously, Judges Association. And so we talk about things like these committees that I was appointed to. But more importantly, it's a way for the judges to interact with the community. So one of the things, if you go on the Illinois Judges Association website, one of the first things on there is the ability to request a judge to come and speak at your event. And one of the things that we really push within the association is talking to high schools or other community organizations that may have an impact on increasing the number of attorneys in communities.
That would be huge.
Yeah, definitely.
It's I know the police and fire are doing a lot to get back into high schools. You know, COVID certainly put a big old fat stamp on stop, nobody's going in, out, and we're getting back to the normal again.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that outreach is important because, I mean, I'm a prime example. When I graduated high school, I knew, or I thought I was going to go to college, but really after that, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And so I think by having firemen, policemen, judges, court reporters, all coming into high schools, it gives the students a better idea about what opportunities actually are out there and exist.
Talk to us about court reporters, another high demand.
Yeah, definitely. So throughout the whole state of Illinois, there is a huge demand for court reporters. And I think that largely over the last maybe 10 or 20 years, people thought that demand would go away because of AI, because of technology, the ability to record. But it's simply not true. There's going to be a demand for court reporters, I mean, at least throughout the rest of my career, if not into the future, because the biggest thing is even if we record something, an individual has to go through there with their own eyes and ears and make sure that every single word is correct, make sure the punctuation is correct, because that's what ultimately is reviewed by the higher courts. And so we are transitioning some, and there is an ability for people that don't have the court reporting school to get involved in the court reporting career, starting out by listening. They're called a court specialist, and they will listen and record the court proceedings and then type them out. And that's kind of like a gateway that the Supreme Court has came up with to get people from that to being court reporters through the schooling.
Okay. And a court reporter typically daytime, same court hours as like you guys.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. And they also have the ability to work for counties, which can mean very good benefits.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. So the court reporters that generally work with the judges, they're paid for by the state and have excellent benefits. But, if you don't want to go that route, there's also freelance court reporters that just travel throughout the state and help out when there's a need for additional court reporters.
Did not know that. We're talking with Judge Andrew Doyle of the Ninth Judicial Circuit, who has recently been appointed to the Illinois Judicial College's Committee on Judicial Education by the Illinois Supreme Court on July 1st. You talked about court reporters, the need for attorneys. What should someone be thinking about if they want to be an attorney? What kind of characteristics, what sort of a person do you think makes a good attorney?
So it's kind of funny that you asked me that because I talk about this a lot. I am a big believer in people that have had experience or work in the hospitality industry to become attorneys. I think that it makes you or forces you to multitask, to be able to talk to people and have deadlines, short deadlines, and be able to get the job done in a quick manner. And so that's probably not what a lot of people expect to hear when they're thinking about going to law school or becoming an attorney. But I think that if you do find yourself in the hospitality industry, that you will succeed as an attorney as well.
Someone who can think on their feet, be a problem solver, and the gift of gab and genuinely likes people, right?
That never hurts.
It's a good thing. All right. What's next for you? So this appointment, what does that mean for you on a daily basis?
Yeah, so generally I'll be working on some of the policy behind the curriculum for judges. And so on a daily basis, I'll just be working on my own for that, in addition to my normal responsibilities, of course. But then about every other month, we have meetings where I'll get together with other people on the committee, and we'll plan out exactly what each of us individually need to be working on in order to set the curriculum and policy for the judges, both new and existing judges.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan. Anything else you want people to know this morning? I know we wanted to do both sides of the equation here. One, really reflect on the success that your career is seeing as a local, as well as inspire others to want to follow in your footsteps and be a judge, be a lawyer first. Goodness, we need them so bad. Family law, criminal law, what other types of expertise?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I think we talked about this a little before we went on the air, but prior to maybe 2000, most attorneys were just general practitioners, kind of like doctors. But now the field's become a lot more specialized. And that's not saying that you can't still deal in a wide area, but it's definitely become more specialized as the years go on. And so, yes, a lot of dealing with family law, business law, environmental law. There's one lady that interned with us several years ago that she focused in NCAA law.
Love it.
And so now she deals a lot with major sports programs and helping assist them deal through all the administrative rules and guidelines there. So, I mean, the field is broad as you possibly can imagine.
I bet sports agents and the whole NIL, the whole everything with college sports is wide open for lawyers right now.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And anybody that's getting it now is on the ground floor, and
Yeah.
there's endless opportunities there.
And I would think every university is needing to add to their legal team as well.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And I mean, it goes from, every small company, that's what a lot of people don't understand. You can go work for almost any company as an attorney. So I'd say going to law school, if you don't like being in the courtroom, or you start out in the courtroom and you decide you don't like it, there's endless opportunities in other places. So I'd really encourage parents, grandparents of younger children to start, not push them necessarily, but showing them that there is a path out there to be an attorney outside of what you normally would think of as just being in the courtroom.
Okay. Well, congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate it, and thanks for having me on.
And folks can there's another story too on Facebook with GIL. So that's a nice story as well. So there's some pretty good stuff for you out there, Andy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Have a good summer.
Yeah, you too.